So who pays? So we're obviously starting with truck drivers as well as neurodivergent users. We see the market expanding to families as well as people with phobias, and also anybody who has just looked away from a screen as they were watching. But ultimately, the biggest distribution model will be our platform licensing. So we can provide them with insights on why people are skipping certain scenes and how to retain those users. So as for our traction, we've had over 100 customer discovery interviews, we have about 105 waitlist users, and about 15 clinicians that are advising on our board. One of them said it best: skip it restores choice where trauma often removes it. We've also participated in about 5 accelerator programs, won over $10K in non-dilutive pitch competitions, and raised $4,000 through our refunder round. We're launching this summer, and we're also doing a clinical study. So as for our roadmap, the extension is the road into the door, and we're working on our personalizations and our profiles. So we're going to be working on our pre-watch and tell. You can see what sort of content is coming before you even press play, as well as a family dashboard and our Calm Corner, which offers in-app support as well as calming resources. Closed captioning started out as niche. Emotional accessibility is the next shift. The winner owns the trigger intelligence layer. We're raising $1 million at a $7 million valuation, and we'd love for you to be involved. Everyone deserves access to stories, but no one deserves to be harmed by them. But now you can simply skip it.
Can you elaborate on the Calm Corner, like what that looks like and how it is used in action?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Can you explain a little more about the Calm Corner, like what that looks like, what kind of support it would be?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Calm Corner is something that you can turn off and on. It's basically like a little SOS button. So say you are having a panic attack, it pauses the show for you, takes you to an external screen, helps you with a breathing exercise, and offers resources like hotlines that you can call.
Help me better understand how this integrates with, so for example, let's say I've got a TV at home and I watch streaming through Prime or Netflix. How does this integrate into that experience?
So currently we just work as a browser extension, so it's like a Chrome extension, but that's also why we're fundraising, so that we can get it onto the smart TVs. But you have to have the streaming service already existing, so it just works as an overlay. So basically, you select what movies you'd like to watch, it takes you to that external screen, and then it gives you that little pop-up as you're watching on the already hosted site, so like Netflix. Does that make sense? Okay.
Tell me your business case, how you can scale besides just individual consumers. Because if I'm just kind of doing back of the envelope math, let's say you have a business model, $5 to $8 per month per consumer. If that is, I think you talked about, could you go back to the slide, maybe 100 interviews? Let's say you even get up to 1,000 or 10,000. If you're doing it just on an individual by individual basis, I think that's tough to scale. But how can you essentially have some lumpy type sales?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. So that's obviously something that we've been thinking about. So we're starting off with like the grassroots and kind of like the mental health niche. But we're planning on expanding, as I mentioned, to like licensing the streaming services. So they'll see definitely a lot of value within the data that we're getting, and then also something that we've heard directly from like my family friends that are working in the industry is that platforms will love it because there are people that are avoiding shows entirely because of certain scenes. So it opens them up to an entire new market of people that wouldn't otherwise be able to watch it.
Would you be willing to expand and not be so niche on, let's call it the mental health trigger, right? I have a 9-year-old daughter, and while I may not buy this because I'm saying, I don't want you to be triggered or the mental health aspect, but I might say, I don't want to watch sex with my 9-year-old daughter. Could it be expanded into something softer like that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're starting with the mental health piece because I already have a lot of connections in the mental health industry, and then also they're the ones that are underrepresented. Like, we're the only people doing anything like this. There's a website called Does the Dog Die, but they don't include any sort of timestamps. But absolutely, we do want to expand to families.
I could also see this as being, a military veteran where, this would help with post-traumatic stress syndrome, those types of things. So I think that's another market potentially you can reach through the different VA or those types of organizations. But yeah, thanks for that.
I appreciate that. Yeah, we've definitely been doing some research. They don't have as much funding right now, but we do plan on providing it as like a free resource for domestic abuse shelters, and then also we can get feedback on our product as well. But it's our safe access initiative that we're working on. So I appreciate that feedback. Thank you.
Thank you.